Hey, morning guys. Dave from KiteZone. Happy to introduce our new arrival. So we've got the Blast wing from Hyde manufacturer. So we've been working with Hyde now for a few years in the kite world, and we've just started stocking their wings, and I've got to say I'm super happy. I knew the build quality was going to be good from the Hyde brand. They've got 50 years history in the sail world. When we see the sailboat regattas out here, we always see the guys go past, Hyde written down the sail. You know, they're a solid company. Dan O.C. is a top designer in the kite world. He's been making kites now for more than a decade, and these are his designs, tried and tested by good friends of mine in Vietnam. And yeah, we've all got a good stoke on this one. Cheap, solid, and really good quality. So let's have a little look at the equipment. Got a 3-meter one right here, 4-meter behind me. Inside your pack comes a sandbag, no sand included. And you get a couple of leash options. So your standard wrist leash, as you're all used to, and also comes with a waist leash. So you've got your 2 options there. It's a big dinner last night. Let's loosen that off a little. Yeah, so that's your waist leash option. And just at first glance here, I mean, take a look at the stitch work on that. You know, we've seen a lot of wings from different companies now, but to be putting it out in that sort of quality, so this is a 4-meter, and this one has a price tag of 21,000 baht. 21,000 baht gets you your travel bag, sandbag, 2 leash options, and a beautifully constructed wing. So a good friend of mine took this one out for testing the other day. Actually managed to get up and riding on a big front wing with a 4-meter on around 10-11 knots, which was very surprising. He went out with the 5, plenty of power, and he said, I think I might be able to do the 4, and he did. So yeah, pretty solid. When you pop that thing, it's fairly tight. So that's your last wing from the Hyde brand guys. Come down to KiteZone and give her a try. See what you think. So I'd like to introduce Alex here. Guys, in my opinion, Alex is the top wing foil guy in Phuket currently. Alex has kindly agreed to come and test our equipment today, so he does the occasional trip from Phuket to Ratcha Island, which is 25 miles. And today we've got a perfect wind direction, so it's hitting us about 90 degrees for that trip now. So Alex, you excited?
Yeah.
Always fun to try new toys.
Yeah, and the condition is good. I have a friend there just going with his sailing catamaran, and probably stay overnight there, come back tomorrow. Hope I have the chance to test the 4 and the 5, I think, and if it's very windy I probably can test the 3. So that will be a really good test, because in a long distance, after being in the same position all the time with the same wing, you get a very good idea if it's working or not working. And I try already, I like it, but I just want to try a little bit more.
Yeah, this is the guy that managed to get riding on 11 knots with a 4-meter last week. So I'm very keen to get your review on a long distance trip, Alex.
Yeah, I hope I don't have to pump too much.
Yeah.
I'll get some good news.
All right.
Aloha!
Alex, welcome back.
Thank you.
It's been about a week since we saw you last. Thanks for bringing all the gear back in one piece.
Yeah.
So,
Pass
two
the test.
trips though. 2 trips since we see you last. Not just the one to Ratcha, but a second trip as well. Tell us all about it. How was the trips? How was the gear?
Okay. The first trip was to Ratchanoi with this 4-meter wing. For me, the trip was perfect, you know, upwind all the time.
What sort of wind
And-
speeds were you working with that day?
Not too fast because I was going safe. Actually, from here to there is 20 miles. I didn't fall once, you know.
Right,
I was perhaps going 10 knots, 11 knots, 10 knots, 11 knots, and try not to take the foil out of the water because the waves were really, really big.
Yeah,
And,
super big waves that day. I was thinking 2 to 3 meters swell outside.
Yes, they were really, really big waves. And actually, the support boat would feel it because my support boat could not really make it. They turned around and came back, and I didn't know.
Sure.
So I thought they would be in Ratchanoi when I arrived, but they were not there. Then I went to the next island. They were not there. I said, okay. And then I knew later that they had big trouble with the boat because the waves were too big and they nearly capsized.
Right.
So yeah, then I arrived to Ratchayai and I had 2 options: to sleep there in a room or come back with a dive boat. And a dive boat bring me back.
Very
That
nice.
was very good.
Nice to have friends, eh? So, second trip, East Coast, right?
Yes, second trip was east coast of Phuket, around 20 miles more or less. I'm not sure what's the distance. Was very good. It was a different trip because the wind was coming more from the back, so sometimes there was the power in the wing and pumping. And actually, I took the 4, and that day I should have taken the 5. It would have been easier because I would not have had to pump so much. But it was a good test to pump the wing and see how it reacts. You know, it's not that heavy, it holds good, and very maneuverable. That's very important in one of these wings.
You find the wing is quite rigid?
Yes,
This
it's
one?
rigid. It's rigid. If you put the right amount of air, it's rigid enough.
Sure.
It's very good because it's not very thick, but still rigid. They make the connecting point quite wide.
Yeah.
When it connects to the center, that makes it more rigid. And it's not flapping like many old wings. You know, they're flapping too much. The canvas is quite tight, so very good.
So we're working with 2 brands now. I mean, Ozone is my premium brand, and this one is my second brand. Considerably cheaper by more than a third. Value for money?
Oh, perfect.
Really?
Someone cannot afford the ozone. Okay, it's better,
Sure.
but this one you can do basically the same.
Yeah.
And it looks like the quality is very good. So
Well, that's what we expect coming from the Hyde factory. So design now, we're with the 3rd generation of the Hyde wing. And yeah, from what my friends tell me, from my feeling and from your report, it seems to be working.
yes.
Right. Very good.
Very happy.
Excellent, me too. If you're happy, I'm happy. Thank you, buddy.